I love going to the movies, so I'm so excited about this summer with all the movies that we have coming out.
Yeah.
You know, Brad with Formula One, you know, F1, all of our guys there. So there's a lot of great films coming, and I'm looking forward to going.
And Tom Cruise went. Yeah, so that's Tom at the Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning premiere in New York in May, and then almost 1 month later, there he was at Brad Pitt's premiere for F1 in London. You can try to figure out what they're talking about. It seems like it's something about catching someone from far above. I don't know. Tom and Brad, of course, starred together in an interview with the Vampire back in 1994, 31 years ago. Yeah. And Brad told E! News that he has very strict parameters if he and Tom were ever to reunite on the big screen again.
Well, I'm not going to hang my ass off airplane like that. So when he does something again that's on the ground.
Well, Tom and Brad's feet were on the ground as they posed for photographers at the F1 premiere. Joining them is director Joseph Kosinski, who also directed Tom in Top Gun Maverick. No offense to Joseph, but I sense a little hesitation from him getting in the same frame of Brad and Tom, because who wouldn't? Like, talk about feeling inadequate. Anyone would feel inadequate getting in the frame next to Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. So Joseph has now directed Brad and Tom in separate projects, but originally it's supposed to be all three of them working together on Ford versus Ferrari. Yeah, but that fell through. And yeah, Matt Damon and Christian Bale ended up starring in that James Mangold directed movie that was nominated for Best Picture. Now Joseph has a pitch to get Brad and Tom on a big screen together again. So a possible F1 sequel, Tom could join as his Days of Thunder character. Yeah, Joseph says, we find out that he and Brad Pitt's Sonny Hayes have a past. They were rivals at some point, maybe crossed paths. I heard about this epic go-kart battle on an interview with the Vampire that Brad and Tom had, and who wouldn't pay to see those two go head-to-head on the track? That'll work for Tom, because he'll just have to reprise the performance again. He hasn't played an original character in 8 years now? Yeah, 8 years. Now, the F1 premiere was in Leicester Square, and that's the same spot where Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning had its UK premiere. And at that premiere, Michael B. Jordan surprised Tom as a special guest. That surely inspired Tom to show up in person at Brad's premiere. Pay it forward. Tom posted a couple pictures on social media yesterday writing, "Great night at the movies with my friends. You guys crushed it. Now let's see if F1 crushes it at the box office." But Brad doesn't really need Tom's endorsement, because yeah, Brad's a bigger box office draw than Tom Cruise. Yes. More consistent across the years and different original projects. Tom's just starring in sequels over and over again. So yeah, Brad doesn't really need Tom's help. F1's going to be a hit. It's just a matter of how big of a hit it's going to be. But do you want to see Brad and Tom back in the movie together again? I don't know. Like, I could take it or leave it. Like, obviously, I would see the movie, of course. But I mean, they're not a duo that I'm dying to see, on the screen again. Yeah. I'm sorry to be a downer. What are your thoughts?